Hello guys, the next game I'm playing with someone who deserves my big respect, and this is one of the first people who welcomed me when I first came to my club. So enough talk, let's watch this magnificent game. d4, I am playing with white pieces here. Knight f6, g3. g3 is not very often played. After d4 we actually go in for c4 or e4, but after knight f6 it kind of restricts my choice, because if I play e4 now I lose the pawn. That's why I'm going for some solid setup. g3, trying to flank my bishop and getting very active right from the start. g6, my opponent goes for the same thing, which reminds a classical King's Indian. c4, here comes the classical setup. Usually we played c4 on the third move. I played c4 after d4 for the second move, but here I played it relatively later in the game. Bishop g7, classical developing moves, prepare to counter d4 by knight takes. Bishop g2, d6, e4, I am going for the control with the center, nothing can stop me. Bishop d7, so bishop d7 is a classical King's Indian move which allows black to prepare either c5 advance or e5 advance. In either moves, black feels okay. Knight e2, I chose to go knight e2 in order to just give more breath for my bishop. Finally, black goes for e5. I played d4. It's not really necessary to move your pawn. You can just leave this pawn over there and just keep the pressure. Knight c5, and this is the first observation we could make here. After you release the tension, you're also giving up on this square, and this is what happened. He immediately goes for this nasty c5 square avant-post, where he exerts immense pressure on this pawn. I played b4 in order to chase this knight. a4. a4 is quite interesting move, but not really good move. It is just a relatively fating move, because for now I don't really know where to castle. You could say, yeah, for sure my long castle is a little bit weakened, but anyway, at this time I was really provocative player, so I've chosen to take advantage on my older opponent and started to tickle his nerves. a5, trying to undermine pawn and make it move, because if I move here, this would just create a new space on c5 for his knight. So I'm trying to hold this pawn artificially by playing a4, which I would not really recommend to play in this position. Knight b6, queen b3. For some reason I couldn't even explain now. I didn't took this pawn. I just played the backstabbing move. I don't know, trying to call my knight back for the night time. He also plays the backwards move with his knight, bishop d2, knight d5. Here goes some problems. I can't really allow myself taking this pawn, because it would end really fast.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
King moves. Here goes my queen. If I played queen c2 here, he could have played b6. And I can't allow myself to take this, because my rook would hang. So after queen b1, he still plays b6. I could have taken, but after this I would still hang of the variation my pawn, my central pawn. This feels bad. And if I take with my knight, for some reason I thought that it would be over. Anyways, I've resigned in this game. I should have been really tricked by all of these tactics from my opponent. But for now, let's call it a day. If you have enjoyed this game as me, it would be nice to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. See you for the next one.